Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Junaid. Good morning. Just a minute. Let me open SSIS and SSMS.
Oh, okay.
Background noise songs ఏమన్నా వినబడుతున్నాయా Junaid? Clear గా ఉంది వాయిస్.
ఏం లేదు సార్, బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ వాయిస్ ఏం లేదు.
సౌండ్స్ ఏం లేదు, క్లియర్ గానే ఉంది కదా.
లేదు.
ఓకే. Okay. So what did we discuss in the last class, Junaid?
Sure.
So what did we discuss in the last class?
Transformation things, sir. We have discussed about merge union. All.
So how's your practice going?
I've not practiced it with her. No, look up. Haven't counted. In class is also it is not shared.
Is it?
Sir?
Class is not shared?
No, sir, not yet shared.
Which class is pending?
Last class only.
It was recorded, no?
Yeah, recorded, but she is not shared yet.
How is it?
I think she will share today, I think.
Okay. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Oh, yes, sir.
See, it is still loading. Today we will talk about the containers thing. Okay. So in SSIS. Okay. So we have around 3 types of containers. As you can see, one is for loop, another one is for each loop, another one is sequence containers. Okay. Now let's talk about
Just a minute.
yeah.
I need. Could you please explain one more time about lookup thing?
Lookup.
Oh, yes, sir.
Was it saved? No. Okay. See. So this is our main data set, our employee table. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our main data set. Okay.
Yes.
So for this data set, okay, I want to add department name and department location columns. Okay. I want the details of here I just have only department number details. Okay. So this is the only detail I have about department. Okay. But for these columns, for this data, I want to add department name and department location details also. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? That's what my agenda is. Okay.
Okay.
So, but my department name and department location columns are available in another data set, another table. Okay. So that data is not available in the data. In this data. Okay. But so the only connection between these two tables is the department number. Okay.
Yeah.
The only connection between the two tables is department number. Okay. Based on this department number column. Okay. I am going to get department name and department location from the other data set.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is what I am going to do. Okay. Based on this common column, department number, I am going to get the other two attributes which I require for this data set from the other table. Okay. Let's see. So this is the OLEDB source which I have configured. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm opening lookup. I'm creating no cache and OLEDB connection manager. Okay. Go to connection here. And here you have to give the reference data set. You have to connect to the reference data set here. Yeah. So it might be another database also.
Okay. Okay.
No, it can mean any database or any server.
Yeah.
So even if it is another server or another database, you're going to create a new connection, right? Anyways.
Yeah. Yes.
So you can always go to new and create a new server, give the new server name or the same server name, or you can connect to different database or the same database or anything. Okay.
Yes,
You always have that option. You can create any server or any database connection.
Yes.
But here in my case,
it's already available.
It is already available in my database itself. Okay.
Yeah.
The same which database the main table is available, in the same database, my reference data set is also available. Okay. In lookup, we call it as a reference data set. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The other table is called the reference data set. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm connecting. This is the connection I have created for my reference data set. Click on OK. Okay.
Yeah.
Or if you want to select a table directly, you can select that. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear? Or if you want to write a query for that,
okay,
you can write the query.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we can add a whole table also, and
you can write
columns also. We can take another.
If it has more number of columns, you can only take only 2 or 3 columns.
Record columns.
Okay.
Okay.
So this table is having
department number, department name, and
location is there, right?
Location.
So let's say I want only department name. I want to get the attribute department name. Okay.
Hmm.
So in real time, so you don't get confused. The attributes are nothing but columns. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So I want to get this attribute, dname attribute. Okay.
Hmm.
In the query editor, I'll just say
Instead of star, we can give a D name.
department number, dname. Okay. So only I'll take only these two columns. Okay. Just click on columns here. Okay. You will see the columns from the source, which is main data set, and you'll see the columns from the reference data set also. Okay.
Yeah.
So here you have to give the joining condition. Okay.
Okay.
So how you will give?
Is it
You just
mandatory,
drag and
right?
drop. Yeah, it is mandatory.
Okay.
It is mandatory. Without which even you cannot connect two tables, right?
Yeah.
Without that mapping, you will not be able to connect these two tables.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
This is just like a joining condition, which
Yes.
we give in our joins. Okay?
Joins. Yeah.
So here you have to do the mapping first. Okay.
Yeah.
On the common columns. Okay. If you have two columns, you can do it on two columns also, I guess. No, cannot map input column. Okay. So since we have only two names, so obviously this would be the lookup column. Okay. So we have only two columns, right? So if we use one column for mapping, the other column should be the lookup column. So that's why it is not allowing us. Okay. So you have to click the dname. Now you have to check this column. That means we are taking it, considering it as an output of this lookup.
Yeah.
This column, whatever column we have checked in, that column would be considered as an output of this lookup editor, lookup transformation. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are getting this dname column out of this lookup transformation. Okay. By doing the lookup, we are getting dname as the output. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Just click on OK. So if you see here in the source now, there is no dname available here, right? In the from the source, from the main data set, we don't have any dname column available here, right? We have only dnaming reference data set. Now we have got dname also as the output. Okay. So if you see here, in the lookup operation, what we are doing, we are adding this dname as a new column to our existing data set.
Yes.
So what is our existing data set? This is our existing data set. Okay.
Yes.
So we are adding dname to our existing data set as a new column.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Just click on OK. Now connect lookup to our destination. Okay. We have to connect lookup to our destination. So whenever you connect, you will have two options or two output options. Okay. One which is having the matched records. Okay. The other one is which doesn't have matches. Okay.
Yes.
We have first option, lookup match output. This gives the records which have the matching to the reference data set. Okay. So let's see. So so we are matching these two data sets based on department number column. Okay. Right. So these department number, the values available in the department number column should have a match in the department table. Okay, right? In the reference data set, these values in the department number column should have a match. Okay. But we know that so 50 and 60 values are not available in department table, right? So the last two records will not have a match.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, so in matched output, the first type of output, we will get only records from 1 to 14. Which is having a match. Yeah. And the last two records will be considered under no match output. Okay. Okay. So that's what we are defining it here. Okay. So if we select lookup no match output here. So all the matching records will be loaded to this table. Okay.
Okay.
You can keep another destination. Okay. You can keep another destination just like this. Okay. And you can map the no match output to that destination. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
So we want to see non-matched output also. Then we need
Yes.
to
We want to see the non-matched
configure.
output. You need to configure another destination. Just drag
And
the
map to that.
destination and drag this output to this.
Okay.
So the only remaining output is lookup no match output, right?
Yeah.
So
50, 60
by
will
default
come
it will take
under,
that.
in this, no? Yeah.
Sorry,
Department number 50 and 60.
60. Yeah, will come
Will
in
comes
this.
in.
Will come to this destination.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
So in lookup, so you will have these three different options. You can play around with these things. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
whenever you have, matching, sorry, non-matching records, if you want to fail the package at this step, you can fail this by selecting the fail
These
component.
acts like as a conditions, no? We can apply on.
Yeah, we can consider them as a conditions.
Yeah.
And if you want to ignore the errors, you can ignore the errors. Okay. It will ignore the error and it will load all the data into the match output thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or else you can redirect rows to the no match output.
Okay. Redirect
So,
rows to match
yeah.
output. It means
See, by default, the condition we keep is fail component. Okay.
yeah.
Let's say that. Okay. After keeping the default condition to a fail component, so we have prepared this package. I have one lookup match output and one lookup no match output. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I run this package, okay, these two tables doesn't have any data. It will not have any data.
Yeah, it will fail.
It will fail. It will fail at this lookup itself. Okay. So these two destinations will not get any data. Okay. But if I keep ignore failure here, okay.
Okay.
So this
Then
time there
data
are
will load in.
chances. This time there are chances that all the data will be loaded to lookup no match output. I mean lookup match output, including the no matching records.
Okay.
Okay.
Those two records also will come under
Into the match output.
Match output.
Yeah.
Okay.
So only when you keep
Ignore failure.
redirect rows to no match output.
Okay.
When you keep redirect rows to no match output,
okay,
then only you will get an output through this. Okay. If you want to capture the not matched records, you can keep this option. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can try this option also. If you keep the error or if you keep it as error outputs, instead of this output, you should take the error output. Okay. Only when you keep these two options, you will get data through the other no match output. Okay. Got it?
Got it.
Only when you keep redirect rows to no match output or redirect rows to error output, only then you will get data
no
through the
outputs.
other one. Okay. Or else, if you keep only one destination and keep ignore or failure error, either it will fail or it will load all the records through the lookup match out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah. This is the lookup output. Okay. Now we will talk about So we will talk about containers now. Okay, containers is
Yeah.
also an important topic here. Okay, so we
Okay.
have three types of containers. So one is for loop container, another one is for each loop, another one is sequence container. Okay,
Okay.
we will sorry. Yeah, we will begin with sequence container. Okay, sequence container doesn't do anything. Okay,
Okay.
it will just allow things to run in sequence. Okay, so whatever the things you keep, like we have connected, right? So here, so for after when we are connected, this means after this task this should run. Okay, after this
Okay.
task this should run. So this is how we are connected, right?
Yeah.
So let's say we have some uh, 20 tasks in the package. Okay, right now we have only
Okay.
3 tasks, right? So it
Yeah.
doesn't look clumsy. It will
Mm.
not look clumsy. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say you have some 20 tasks and you are loading some 4 or 5 types of data in one package itself. Okay,
Okay.
let's say you're getting customer data, and you're getting sales data, and
Mm.
you're getting the customer locations data. Okay, so you're getting all 3 types of data. Okay,
Okay.
and you're loading all of them in one package.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yes.
what happens first? You have to take a data flow task. Okay, you have to enter the source, and you have to configure the destination. And if you want to do some transformations on that, you have to do them in between. And after loading, if you want to update some state, if you want to write some update statements, or if you want to load the data from, you have to load the data from staging to main, right? For
Mm.
one type of data. So you have to, I mean, for one task to load one type of data, you'll be needing some 4 or 5 tasks. Okay, because you want to perform some different kinds of operations. Okay, so you'll be needing some. So let's say this is our one type of data. Okay, so
Yeah.
here I needed some 3 tasks, load some customer data. Okay, this is
Mm.
about sales data and this is about customer location data. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
everything is different. So what I can do is I can just connect them like this. Okay,
Okay.
I can just connect them like this. What will happen now? Once the first 3 tasks represent the customer data. Okay, so they
Mm.
will be loaded in a sequential manner. First this will run, this will run, and this will run, right?
Yeah.
So after this, what happens? So after this, it will now go to the sales data, right?
Yeah.
So after once this is also finished, it will go to this one. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Normally, also basically general also if we don't give in sequence container, even though it will runs in a sequence only, no, sir?
yes, it will say whenever we connect the task like this, so it
Mm.
will run in sequence only.
Okay.
So only when you don't connect, okay. See, when you don't connect things, when you don't connect the tasks, okay,
Mm.
so it will consider this as one part, this as one part. Why? Because these 3 are having connections. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
and these 2 are having connection, these 2 are having connection. Okay,
Mm.
so whenever if you try to run this package now, so what it will
Mm.
do is it will run the first tasks. Okay, which
Oh.
doesn't have a connection. Okay, this doesn't have an any task before this data flow task doesn't have anything before that. Okay,
Mm.
it will straight away start with this. Okay,
Okay.
and this data flow task also doesn't have anything before that. We didn't
Okay.
specify anything, right?
Everyone.
So for every task which doesn't have a task
Any
before that,
any task
it
before
will
that,
consider as
then
a first task. Okay,
okay. Okay.
so if I run
Parallelly
this
it will.
package now, if I run this execute this package now, so
Yeah.
these 3 data flow tasks will execute parallelly. It will start at
Okay.
a time.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
They will start at a time.
Mm.
Okay,
Every
but
first task will basic
yeah,
task starting one will execute.
at a time. But
Okay.
whenever I connect the tasks like this, so what
Okay.
happens? So
It will
they
run in
will
a
only
sequence.
the first task will run. I
Yeah.
mean, the package will be begin with this task.
Mm.
Okay. Why? Because this task is having a connection with the previous execute SQL task. we have
Okay.
given the instructions that this data flow task should run only after this execute SQL task.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
clear?
Okay.
So how sequence container helps us is it helps us in arranging the tasks,
Mm.
very neatly. Okay, I can say. So
Okay.
just what you can do is just drag and drop the sequence container here. Okay,
Mm.
and you can put all your tasks related to customer data in this sequence task.
Okay.
Okay. And name it customer. Okay. So I'm naming it customer data. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, whenever someone opens the package for you, like whatever the package you have designed, okay, someone opens to debug something about the customer data files. So they can straight away go to this sequence task and they will get to know only these tasks are related to the customer data.
Mm.
So they can straight away do the debugging on these three tasks.
Mm.
Instead of searching for whole the package in all the tasks,
You can
okay,
directly go to the
you can
customer
go to
data.
this. Yeah, it will be easy to identify this.
Mm.
So you can identify, different tasks. Yeah. So now also what happens is if I execute this package, so all these three containers will run at the same time.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes.
So all these three containers will start at the same time. They'll start to run parallelly. Okay.
Yeah.
What I can do is I can connect these containers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can connect these containers like this. Now what happens first? The tasks in this sequence container will run. Okay. Inside these tasks, three tasks also connected, right? So it will start with the data flow task first, output variable, execute SQL task. This sequence container is finished. Now it will go to the second container. In second container, it will start with data flow task 1 and then output variable. And then after finishing this container, it will go to the third container, which is location data.
Yeah.
In third sequence container, it will start with data flow task and again with output variable. Okay.
Okay.
It helps us in arranging tasks. Okay. We can design the package neatly. Okay. Instead of putting all the tasks one after the other, if you have some 20 tasks, it might look clumsy. Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever you have these containers, you can directly go to them.
Mm.
Okay. So this is this practice, we will be doing this in real time also.
Mm.
We'll be practicing this in real time also. Okay. Since we will be having lots of packages, we will be using this. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
So this is about sequence containers. Okay. There is nothing much about this sequence container. There is nothing that we can configure.
Just to help us
Just to help us to arrange the tasks.
arrange the tasks.
Yeah, that's it.
In a sequence manner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So earlier we were connecting this execute SQL task to this data flow task, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So instead of doing that,
Normally,
we will differentiate the tasks based on their data processing. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's it. This is about containers. Now we will talk about for loop containers. Okay. So we have discussed about while loops, right?
Yeah.
In SQL Server in queries.
Yes.
So what does that do? So we will be giving a condition for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will be giving a starting value, initial value. Okay. And we will check whether after giving that initial value passes the given condition or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say our initial value is 5 and the condition we have given is 5 should be less than or equal to 100. So that
Yeah.
is the given we have given condition we have given. So the given value will pass that condition. So whenever the given value passes the condition, the query inside the loop will execute. Okay,
Yeah.
right? And what we are doing inside the loop, we are incrementing the value of the initial value now, right? So by let's say if we are incrementing the value by 5, okay. Now the initial value is 10, right? It will again check for the condition whether 10 is less than or equal to 100. Yeah, it is true. So whenever it is true, it will again execute the query inside the while loop, and again it will increment the value of the increment the initial value by 5.
Yeah.
Now the initial value is 15, right?
Yeah.
Again it will check for the condition 15 is less than or equal to 100. Yeah, that also that condition also is true. Yeah, it will again execute
Condition
the
gets false until unless it will execute.
yeah. So only when the condition gets incremented to 105, even though if it is 100, we have given the condition as initial value less than or equal to 100. That means whenever the initial value is 100, less than or equal to 100, then also it is true because we have given the less than or equal to, right? So it would be true. So in the next run, so when it is incremented to 105, then the condition fails.
Yeah.
Because 105 is not less than or equal to 100. So it is not less than or it is not equal.
Equals to.
So then in that case, the condition is failed. Then the loop stops and it will not execute further. Until then, the loop keeps on running.
Yeah.
Right. The same concept we are applying here as a for loop container. Okay. So in for loop container also, we will be having the initial value. We will be assigning the initial value. Okay. And we will be giving the condition part. And we will be giving the increment part also. Okay. And whatever the query, we were executing a query, right, before the incrementing. So that query part we will be keeping inside the
loop
container, for loop container like this. So this is our query. So when we compare while loop and for loop container, this data flow task is our query. Okay.
Directly we can put
yeah. So this data flow task will run repeatedly. Whenever the condition is true, this data flow task will run. Okay.
We can put a whole task. Yeah,
you can put execute SQL task, any task you can put. Okay. So whatever the task you have put inside the container, those will run.
Yeah. Okay. Repeatedly, if we want to use any task, then we can use a. Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So this is about for loop container, and now we will see how to execute a for loop container. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so just changing. Okay. So this is the data we have now. Okay. And
Yeah.
let's see what we can do with this. So we can differentiate this data based on the department number, right?
Hmm.
So we can differentiate. And yeah, so we can differentiate this data by using department. Now what I want to do here is I want to load the data into CSV files by department number.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
clear? I want to
Yeah.
load the data from department number 10 into a separate CSV, the data from department number 20 into a separate CSV, like that. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is my agenda. So I want to split this data into different CSV files based on the department number.
Department. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you double click on the for loop container,
Hmm.
you have these three properties in the beginning. Initial expression. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the evaluate expression.
Yeah.
And this is the assign expression. Initial expression is the value which we give. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
That is the initial value. Evaluate expression is the condition
Hmm.
which we given value. Okay. And assign expression is the increment
Incremental
query which we
value.
write.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Clear? The doubts here?
No.
So can you tell me about these three while loop conditions here?
Sir?
Can you tell me about these three while loop conditions? I mean, how we are working with while loop? Can you tell me?
While loop.
Yes, while loop. So just now I explained, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me in your words? I mean, what is your understanding there?
In while loop, we give a expiration. Like if you want to execute a task, like multiple times, then we can give a condition
So
called.
there we will not have tasks. We will be having queries in while loop. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In while loop, we have queries.
Yes. I mean, that is a SQL query concept, right? So we will not have tasks there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you should talk about
If we want to execute a few queries in multiple times, then we can give a condition to repeat this much times, less than or greater than times. We can repeat the task unless the condition it false. Till then, it will runs again and again.
Okay.
While loop concept is not here, no? Okay. In SSIS, only for loop is.
Yeah, in SSIS it is for loop.
Okay.
It is not while loop. It is for loop
Yes.
in SSIS. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There we can execute a few queries.
Yeah. So here also you can execute queries by keeping execute SQL task.
Yes.
In execute SQL task, you can put the SQL commands, right?
Yeah.
And whatever the commands you wanted to execute in the while loop, the same
Hmm.
commands you can keep it here in execute SQL task.
Yeah.
And you can put that execute SQL task in the for loop.
Yeah. But in while loop, we don't have a incremental option, no?
Yeah, we have, right?
In while loop only.
Yeah, that's what I said. So here we will give the condition, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So whenever it is true, we will give begin.
Yeah. We can give a statement query.
Query, right? Query will execute, right?
Okay.
So after this query, so we will be writing the increment expression here.
Yes, sir.
We will be writing the increment expression here. Set @num equals
Plus
to @num plus 1. So this is the incremental expression we are giving. Now
here we
this is
need to
the
write an expression. I mean, yeah, correct.
in for loop container, this will be our initial expression. Okay, this will be our initial expression.
Yes.
This will be the condition will be our evaluate expression,
Evaluate expression.
and this will be our assign expression. This incremental command will be our assign expression. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now let's come to the data. So here what I wanted to do is I
I
want to load data to different CSV files based on department number. Okay.
Yeah.
So here my initial department number would be 10, right? That I know, right?
Yes.
But I don't know what is the maximum department number.
Yeah.
I can find it via query, select max of
Department number.
the number from EMP, right?
Yeah.
So this way I can find the maximum of department number, right?
Yeah.
So this thing I can use it in the expression. Okay.
Yeah.
So the output of this expression, okay, the output of this command and this initial command, so these both can be used in the evaluate expression. Okay, so this is the initial expression, right? The value of this initial department number will be our initial expression, and the output of this expression will be, I mean, these both included, we can use them in evaluate expression, right? So I can give initial department number less than max of department number, right? And this, let's say this is the less name, okay? So I can give the condition
equal to max of department number.
So I can give the evaluate expression as this, right?
It will give directly 60, I think. No.
No, it will evaluate this expression, right? So if I give, I mean, let's say it is a while condition.
Yes, sir.
So what will happen? It will evaluate this expression. Then, I mean, in the beginning, the initial department number value is 10. The max department number is 60, right?
Yeah.
So it will evaluate this expression. 10 is less than or equal to 60, whether it is true or false.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
so whenever this is true, the command, the commands inside the while loop
will execute.
Just a minute. Is it still recording? It is recording, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, sir. Recording.
Just now I got a message that you have been signed out.
Sir?
I got a message that you have been signed out, so I just wanted to check.
Okay. No.
No, my Zoom account, not yours.
Okay.
So fine. So this will be our evaluate expression. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? Let's try configuring the for loop mode. Okay. So we will be using, it is better to use the variables here. Okay. So I'll try to create a variable. Here, variables will open. The first one will be add variable. So this is a new variable. So I'll name it as first department number. Okay.
Okay.
It will be 10.
Okay.
I'm just giving it here. No need to give it here also. No problem. I can give it here. Okay. So to hold the maximum department number, I'll need a variable too, right? So I'll create another variable for that too. Max department number. Okay. So that we will be getting from the command, SQL command. Okay. Here. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You able to hear me?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. So I've created two variables. First department number and max department number. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will be assigning the value to the first department number manually. Okay. And the value for the max department number, it will get from the SQL query.
Yeah.
Okay. So before using the for loop container, let's try to get the maximum department number first, because we have to use both these values in the for loop container, right? To evaluate our expression. So we have to use both these variables there. So let's try to, anyways, for the first department number, we will be manual giving. For the second variable, let's try to get that. Okay. So to execute, create, take in another execute SQL task. Connect
Statement.
to the thing. So by using this, okay, I will be getting, if I use this command, SQL command, I will be getting the max of department number, right? Let's click on OK. And now we want to load this max of department number into a variable. Okay. How we can do that?
Go to parameter where
Using result set. Parameter mapping is for the input variables. If you want to provide inputs to the SQL task. If you want to load the output that is coming out of execute,
result sheet. Yeah.
you can use that in result set here. Okay. So here I am not getting any add or remove option. Why? Because we have to set the result set here to any option. So here, since we are getting only one value, one single value, you have to set it to a single row. Okay. Go to result set, click on add. Now I got the option, right? If you see, now I've got the option of add. Just click on add, and to which variable you want to assign the value. So I want to assign this maximum value to max department number variable. Okay. Just keep the result set number as 0 and click on OK. Okay. Now the max of department number value will be stored in this max department number variable. Okay. Clear? Now connect this execute SQL task to this for loop container. Before executing the for loop container, we are trying to get the max of, we try to get the max of department number. That's what we have configured. Okay? So I'm writing the name, we get max department number. Okay. So changing the names is also very important in real time. You should always change the names. So you know, if you are designing a package, always try to give some appropriate name. So like like what I've given, right? Get max department number. Like people will understand whenever they see the task what this is doing. So you are trying to get max department number from this task. Right? So people will understand. So it is better to change the name every time. Okay. Clear? Like most of the times. Yeah. So wherever it is possible, you try to change the names. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So or else you can try it, click on right click on here and you see the add annotation here.
Yeah.
So you can just write something.
Okay. We can add a text.
Yeah. You can keep it just beside that task. Okay.
Mhm.
You can just adjust that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If you just keep that annotation next to that, that is also fine.
In SQL, it like as a comment.
Yeah, just like a comment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go into for loop container. Okay. In for loop container, so we have to use the initial expression. We have to give the initial expression first. Okay. Clear?
Yeah. Yeah. We to configure first variable. No?
What?
No. We are manually
here-
giving. No?
Yeah. So
Okay.
first
Okay.
give the variable.
First department.
Will be at the rate IRST number equals to 10. Okay, I can give it here also. So I've given the value there, right?
Hmm.
If I don't give the value, I can give the value here like this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And now I have to give the condition. Okay.
Hmm.
So what is our condition?
The max department value less than or greater less than or equal to
No,
max.
first department number less than or equal to max. Okay. At first DPT number less than or equals to right max
department number.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And we have to assign an expression for this. Expression means the incremental one. Okay.
By 10.
Yeah.
The first.
So we will increment this by 10. Okay. Equals to at first department number plus 10. Okay.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
This is our incremental expression. Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever this is the first initial value and
Yeah.
this will be evaluated. This condition will be evaluated. So whenever 10 is less than or equal to max of department number, it will run the task inside that for loop. Okay. Once the task is finished, it will then execute this expression. It will increment the value of the first department number. Okay. After incrementing, again, it will check for the condition. If it is true, it will execute the task inside the for loop container. Okay. If it is false, it will stop there. Okay. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah. This is how we will configure a for loop container. Just click on OK. Now, so what we have, so we want to load data into different CSV files, right?
Yeah.
For that, let's drag data flow task. Take a already source. Please. Let's go to the SQL command. Here, we are trying to filter the data, right, into different tables. Okay. So what we will do? So let's start from empty where DPT number equals to 10, right? So if we take this and put this and connect it to a flat file source, and what we will get. So only the department number 10 records will be loaded to the CSV file now, right?
Yeah.
Clear? If I execute this expression now, if I keep the same expression, what will happen?
So sorry.
So I'm keeping this expression. Okay, you know this command, right?
Yeah.
So what we will get out of this command?
Only department 10
Only
data
the
will,
employees belonging to 10 department number. So will be loaded to the CSV file. Okay.
Yeah.
If I create a data flow task with this command, so what I'll get?
Only department
Only the employees belonging to department number 10 will be loaded, right?
Yeah.
But our requirement is, every time in the for loop container, every time the condition changes, I mean, the condition is true. So it has to load different department data, right? Now it is 10. Next time the department number would be 20, right?
Yeah, we can use a parameter here.
Right. So it has to change. The department number value has to change here. Right. For that, what we can do, we can use variables. We can create parameters and assign parameter here, right?
Yeah.
Just cancel and what we can do, we have already the one variable, right? Which we used for the initial expression, right?
Yeah.
The same thing, where it is. So let's say our initial expression is 10, right?
Yes,
so 10 is less than or equal to max alphabet number, department number. It is true. So then inside that it will go and it has to execute the data for 10 department number. Right?
Yeah.
It has to execute the command with department number 10. Right?
Yeah.
So unload it to CSV file. And next time it will be incremented. So now what is the initial value? What is the first department number value? It will become 20. Right? So it will again check 20 is less than or equal to max department number.
Yeah.
So it will be true again. Right?
Yes.
Now what this data flow task should do? It has to load the data from 20 department number 20. This data flow task should load the data from department number 20. Right?
Yeah.
So here in the data flow task, so I can directly use the first department number value, right? I can directly use that variable, right?
Yeah.
Clear?
Same variable.
Understanding that point?
Yes, sir.
So I can directly use that variable. So I don't have to create a new one here.
Yeah.
I can use that variable directly. This first department number. Clear?
Yeah.
Just check on columns. So all the department names are available. Click on OK. Now my source is configured, right? Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear. Next
Now,
here destination we need to take a flat file. No?
Yes, you have to take flat file destination.
Okay.
Now I have to configure the flat file destination.
Yeah.
I will try to create a new one here. Okay. Just click on new and I'm going to take a gamma delimited one. So it is a delimited file. So you just click on delimited and click on OK. So now the flat file connection manager editor will open. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have changed the connection manager name. Just go and browse. You can see the window, right? This open one, or you don't see.
Yeah. We can.
You can see this, right?
Yeah.
Folder here. I'm just giving a random name. Okay. So I'm choosing the file format as CSV here, and I'm giving the extension also. Okay.
Yes.
Just click on open. Now the column names. I mean the first row has names. Okay. I'm clicking this column. Okay. Just go to columns. All the columns are available here. Just click on OK and map the data. Mapping is done. Okay, in the flat file.
Mm.
Just click on OK. Now, if you see, our flat file connection manager is created. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, so what happens is now when I run that particular thing, I mean the
Yeah.
particular task. So every time, I mean the connection is not changing for the flat file connection,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
The flat file, I mean the first department number variable, I mean the source is changing, right? The first time it will change what? First time I'm taking it is taking the first department 10 department number, right?
Yes.
So for the first time it will load 10 department number data into our CSV. Okay.
Yeah.
So our CSV is what is the name I've given? Is in C, right? C.
Yes. Yes.
Some department number name I've given, right? Into that CSV it will load the 10 department number data again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever it will try to execute for the second condition for the second, I mean 20 department number. Okay.
Mm.
It will get the data for 20 department number and it will load into the same table. I mean same
Yeah.
CSV,
Yeah.
right?
Same. Yeah.
Because the flat file connection manager is same. It did not change to another CSV, right? It is not pointing to another CSV. It is pointing to the same CSV. What it will do? It will
again load
replace that
the
file. It will replace that file
yeah.
with the new data,
New data. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So what happens? The earlier data for the 10 department number will be gone.
Yeah.
Right. Now what we have to do for that to cross the condition? So we have to make this flat file connection a dynamic connection.
Mm.
Okay. So dynamic means whenever we are trying to load a new data, whenever it is getting executed for the next time, the connection manager has to change.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For the
Yes.
first time, it has to point to one CSV file. Okay. So whenever it is running for the 20, it has to point to the different file. Whenever it is trying to run it for 30 department number, it has to point to different file, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
The
Then
connections has to change, right?
Yeah.
So for that, we need to make that flat file connection manager a dynamic one. Okay. Now it is a static one. It is pointing to only one connection, only one file, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you make it dynamic, it will be able to point to different files. Okay.
Yes, sir. Mm.
Okay. So for that first we need to copy the file path, I mean location where we have to place all these files. Okay.
Okay.
So I've copied the location. I'm creating another variable. File path. Okay. I'm giving the name as file path here. Okay. And the type would be string. And this is the path where I want to load all these different CSV files. Okay.
Mm.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is I've created a variable with the file path. Okay. Now right click on this flat file connection manager, go to properties. Okay. In the properties, you'll see something called expressions. Click on the 3 ellipses, go to the properties, connection string. Okay.
Okay.
We have to write a connection string expression for that. Okay.
Okay.
So you are writing an expression using functions in SQL queries, right? So like, if you want to we had extracted some data, out of some names. So you're using substring, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you're writing an expression there. The same expression you have to write it right here. Okay. Like that, we have to create an expression. Okay.
Okay.
So what I want to do here, So first I want to give the connection path. So I have to
Yeah.
give the path first. So the path is the file path.
File path,
Okay. Just click on evaluate expression. In the evaluated value, you are seeing the value
Path.
which I have given here, right?
Mm.
For this one, I have to add the file name, right? Just
Mhm.
click on double quotes, okay, add DEPT, okay, DEPT.
Okay.
I'm giving this name plus
Okay.
DEPT dot CSV, okay, right?
Okay.
So this is the file name I'm giving. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
So in this file, it should load. But this name is also doesn't make
Same.
sense because for all the
Yeah.
files, the name would be same. So
Yeah.
if we are trying to save the same file again, it will replace the old file, right?
Yeah.
That does not make any sense.
Yeah.
So just to make, just to differentiate different files, let's go with the file name. I mean, we will give the department number, actual number also. Okay.
Mm.
So let's say if it is for 10 data, I want here 10. Okay. If I'm loading 20 department number data, I want the department name to be, the file name to be dipt underscore 20. Okay.
Mm.
Like this, the files have to generate, right?
Okay.
So this also we have to make it dynamic one. Okay.
Mm.
So now I'm getting the name. I'm giving only this name, department
Okay.
number underscore. Okay. Till here I'm giving it in quotes. Okay. Now I have to add the actual department number to this file name, right?
Okay.
We are getting the file name in this one, right?
Yeah.
We are getting the department number in this one first, right?
Mm.
But as we see, so these both are string data types, right?
Mm.
File path is also a string data type, right? And
Yeah.
the DEPT, this is also a string, right? So
Yeah.
they both can be concatenated easily, right?
Yeah.
If you highlight this expression, you see they both can be concatenated easily.
Yeah.
But the department number which I am going to give now
Is integer, no?
is an integer. Let's see if it works. It is throwing me an error.
Yeah.
The data types mismatch error
Mm.
are
We can
incompatible, right? We have to
data types.
convert this to
Oh.
string, right? So
Mm.
we have string functions here. Okay. We
Okay.
don't have to go
Directly
to
we
string
can.
functions. We have to go to typecasts. Okay.
Mm.
I want to change it to varchar or invarchar. Okay. So I want to
Yeah.
change it to invarchar. Okay. So I can drag and drop this before the variable. Okay. I can give the length. Length I just give a random number 20. Okay.
Mm.
So for invarchars we have to give the length, right? So
Yeah.
just this is the DTWSTR means invarchar, and I'm giving the length for this invarchar. Okay.
Okay.
Now just try. Okay. You see,
Mm.
we have assigned the one value, right? Or
Yeah.
we already given the 10 value, right? Manually. So it has taken 10. Now this 10 is also a string.
One. Yeah.
So that's why I have got the in the evaluated value. I'm able to concatenate. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I have to add the extension part. What is the extension part? Dot CSV, right?
Yeah.
So this is the extension part. So this will be the my full path of the this will be the full path of the file. Okay.
Mm.
Along with the file name. Okay.
Okay.
Now whatever the data is coming from the data source, that will be loaded into this file first. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
Okay.
Now, so in the second run, whenever we had an increment, whenever we increment that first department number to 20, so this value will change, right?
Mm.
The variable of, the value of this variable will change.
Mm.
Then what happens? Here instead of 10, it will give you 20,
20.
right?
Yeah.
So if I get 20 here, what happens? It will be a different path again, right?
Mm.
So the whole path will be different again.
Yes.
Now we will be loading to department numbers underscore 20.
Mm.
Right? So that way we will be able to make the flat file connection manager dynamic.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was static earlier. Now we made it to dynamic.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So we have created a full file path here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Just click on OK. Click on OK. If we see here, before the flat file connection map, we are getting something called fx. That means it is having an expression. Okay, that means this flat file connection manager is having an expression. That means that is a dynamic one. If you see the
Okay.
other flat file connection manager, that doesn't have fx.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yes,
only the connection managers which are having an expression will have fx with them. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Any doubt?
No.
Clear?
Yes, clear.
So you understood the whole thing?
Yes, sir.
This. Share this off. So can you tell me, like, briefly, like, what this whole thing is doing, this whole setup?
Yes.
Yeah. So what are we trying to get in the execute SQL task here?
We are loading a data.
No, I'm asking about what are we doing in the execute SQL task editor in this package?
Getting a maximum department number.
Yeah. And
and giving an input for the container, for loop container, and then
yeah, so
inside
giving
that,
input, but what we're
yes,
doing is, so we are trying to
load the data.
I mean, the output of that particular SQL command into a variable first. Okay. In the
Yeah.
SQL command. Yeah. So in the SQL command, we are getting the max of department number and storing that particular value into a variable.
Yes.
That's what we are doing in the SQL task. Okay.
Mm.
So what we are doing with that variable is another part. Okay. But we are storing that output value into a variable. Okay. That's what we are doing in the SQL task. Okay.
Okay.
In the for loop,
Execute SQL task. In that SQL task, we are getting output that we are storing in a variable.
We are getting an output and we are storing that out into a variable.
Okay.
Okay. Clear?
Clear.
That's what we are doing in the
Execute
SQL
SQL
task. And here for the for loop, we have created 3 variables, initial variable. Okay. And we are trying to evaluate the initial variable with the max variable. And we are trying to do the increment. So whenever the condition is true, so we are running the data flow task.
Oh, okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Let's try to execute this. So if you can you see, were you able to see the blinking?
Yes, sir.
Here? Yeah, that means whenever one file is finished, I mean one task is finished, it will be green, and again it has to increment, and again it has to run, right?
Yeah.
So those are the things. Okay, let's check the folder. If you see, I have 5 different files.
No, I can't see.
You're not able to see the folder?
No.
Okay, I can share it. Share it. Just a minute, I'll open the file also. You see the SSIS one. Yeah. So this is the folder which I have created. Okay, SSIS in C folders and SSIS. Here I am loading all the tables. If you see, I have
Yeah.
got some 6 files.
Yes.
Well, because I have got some 6 departments, right? 10, 4, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Yeah.
So it has created each one file for each department data. Okay,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
So based on the department number, it has created the different files in this path. Okay, this is the path.
Yeah.
So in this path, it has created all the files. If you go to the SQL, I mean, when you open the file, so we'll see the data something like this. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Based on data, I mean, sorry, based on department number, it has loaded
Department number,
different
yeah.
files. So that is how a for loop container works. Okay.
Yes.
It will try to iterate through the condition until it is failed. Okay.
Yes.
So if it is, whenever the condition fails, it will not show you as a failed one. Okay, it will just show you as a completed. Okay, it will show you as a completed. In while loop also, whenever the condition fails, it will not show you as a failed, right? Failed, right?
Yes,
That
sir.
means that, I mean, the loop has finished executing. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
This is how you can make use of for loop.
Okay.
If you want to, let's say, if you want to keep you can keep an execute SQL task also instead of data flow task. You can keep execute SQL task also. Okay.
Okay.
Not, I mean, it's not that you have to keep only one task inside the for loop. You can keep multiple tasks. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay. Clear.
You can put multiple tasks inside the container. Clear?
Okay. Clear.
Okay.
Here, sir.
Mhm.
Now we can rename the package name also.
Yeah, we can rename.
If we rename,
Nothing
as
will
I tried,
happen. I mean,
sir?
in behind, I mean, in backend, so all the
No.
variables using this package name will be changed.
Yeah.
That doesn't, I mean,
Nothing
we
is
can
changing,
change it. Nothing will change.
as I tried, but
So if you see
everything
here, the scope of the loop, earlier the scope was package 5. Now it has, everything has changed to for each loop. Okay. Yeah. So what happened to you?
when I try to change everything, it says it comes. It likes some pop-up will arise,
After
and
changing
it
the things
says,
also I've run.
sir.
After changing the names also I've run the package.
Mm,
If you see, the files are created just now at 9:22.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if, when I try to change that, everything will be. I think everything will gone.
Gone means
Everything, don't know. Everything will be erased or something bit empty.
where? Here in the list.
In the list only.
So under the SSIS package, you are not able to see the packages you have
No,
created.
no, nothing will be. Nothing we can see.
You can do one thing. You can just right click on the SSIS packages, go to add existing package. Okay.
Okay.
Select file system here and give the package path where the package is. Okay.
Okay.
So it will load it here. Okay. So if you have saved the package, that thing will be loaded in your system itself. You can just add it here.
Okay.
It might load it as a new package. Okay. It might come something like this.
Yes, pop-up will comes and you need to make changes. Something called. I didn't remember the whole.
You can send me the screenshot.
Okay, sir. Then I did. I will.
Yeah. So if you, whenever you add a new package, you might see something like this +1 or something. You can just rename this, erase these things. That would do. Or if
Okay.
it will ask for the overwrite the package, just click on overwrite yes. That's it.
The something like that. If I click yes, then everything will be vanished.
Is that? Yeah. Just send me that. I'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, fine. I thought of
Okay.
finishing all the containers today, but then it happened.
Okay.
We will talk about for each hello tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Bye. See you.
Okay. Bye.